Which is better, body horror? The Substance or Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa? This will be a review of the 2024 film The Substance with Demi Moore, and then a short synopsis of why the 2013 film Bad Grandpa with Johnny Knoxville is better body horror. I am a professional horror author. I've published 31 books, most in the horror or cosmic horror genres, as well as written over 130 short horror stories that you can find the audio version of at Midnight Jury's Creepypasta YouTube channel. I also have a degree in film and TV production, so I can explain to you all the ways in which this film just doesn't work. If you're already a subscriber of this YouTube channel, or a member of the First United Church of Cthulhu Facebook group, odds are you've already seen a good amount of body horror movies already. So I'll just tell you right up front, you probably won't be very impressed with this film. Many people are saying the story is stunning and brave, exposing Western culture's exploitation of women through unrealistic beauty standards. But did this story need to be told? No. It has literally been done thousands of times, and the plot is over 2,000 years old. It is the classic Faustian bargain, making a deal with the devil. How far are you willing to go to obtain the object of your obsession? In this case specifically, what are you willing to give up to obtain eternal youth? Just put me out of my fucking misery now. Demi Moore is a washed-up TV celebrity who loses her exercise show because she is too old. She ends up taking some unknown drugs, of course, that create a new, younger body that grows out of her old one. She can only stay separated from the old body for 7 days. The new body gets the old body's job as the host of the exercise show. The new body has its own personality, but is also considered to still be part of her psyche. Very much a commentary on the masks we all wear. Can you ever truly know someone, or yourself for that matter? And in this case, the extremely literal struggle between the personal and professional face we put on for society. In body horror, your movie lives or dies based on lighting. You have to do everything you can to try and give the special effects believability, no matter how fantastical their practical applications are. And The Substance dies a horrible, shitty-looking Mexican telenovela soap opera death. I understand because Demi Moore's character is a TV host, they went with that flat, bright, white flood lighting. But the few times they tried to use the lighting to display a different emotional or dramatic scene, it feels like they only used 5 lighting arrays instead of 7. The flat TV talk show lighting destroys your suspension of disbelief and thus destroys the film. The boring plot would have done better as a much shorter episode of Tales from the Crypt. But then, that show was made by HBO with film cameras and a high-quality production team. So those cable TV episodes looked worlds better than this movie that was shot with digital cameras and shitty filters to give it a passing resemblance of film. And I recall several episodes of both Tales from the Crypt and the original Twilight Zone that had the same deal with the devil, as well as women's unrealistic beauty standards plot lines that were superior in every way and told the entire story perfectly in only 22 minutes. I respect that they did go full body horror for the finale, which I wasn't expecting. But if you know body horror at all, you can predict what happens as soon as you learn the movie is about separating bodies. And in fact, this has been done recently in the body horror short film Zygote from 2017, which has been on Netflix lately for a while, in the anthology called Oats Studios Volume 1. And the 2020 Russian horror film Super Deep, which was a near-exact ripoff of Zygote. And also, here comes the kick in the nuts for all the real horror fans who I said wouldn't like this film. It is also the same body horror ending of Evil Dead Rise from 2023. So all these supposed horror fans saying how great The Substance is are fucking idiots. You could make an entire video chronicling all the movies that have used this specific body horror cliche. And that's not even the worst, because it's truly ruined when you realize that to wrap up the morality tale about vanity, it just rips off the ending of Carrie, which also had the same social commentary about women's beauty standards, but Carrie did it on a personal level as opposed to the superficial Hollywood level, which is why Carrie is a horror classic and The Substance will be forgotten about before it even hits streaming. And as far as Bad Grandpa, the aging effects were so much better. Demi Moore looked like she had a cheap Halloween mask on at the end. Very uncanny. And the earlier aging effects made it look like the makeup artist had never seen an old person before. The Johnny Knoxville mask and bodysuit looked more realistic, and they were both shot in bright light, but Bad Grandpa either had higher quality cameras, or filters, or just a better cinematographer, because a lot of the far and medium shots looked very realistic. And if you've seen Bad Grandpa, all the real-world stunts Knoxville does are the truest body horror. You feel that shit when he gets launched through a plate glass window. It hurts watching. So, of course, I do not recommend The Substance. But be sure to subscribe for more horror, occult, and Lovecraft madness. Until next time, Cthulhu Photography.